Just have to figure it out. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? You can hear me now? Okay, good. All right. I had to go on my laptop. Okay.
Despite the allegations, the officer is not authorized to enter the residence without probable cause. Mere suspicions are not enough at the moment.
So how are parents supposed to get their kids?
Well, so that's the thing. I don't, either she took the kids somewhere else. Either there is not actually children here, and that's why but she was very nervous and kept telling us she had an appointment. We need to leave.
There's a camera right there, so they see them here.
The supervisor gets a cell phone number for Carla, but again, no one answers. They'll have to try something more creative.
Call her and say, I'm ready to come get my child. Where is he? Yeah, she's ready to do that. Okay. If you want to do that now and then just give me a call back, let me know what she says. Ask her where he's at. Okay. All right, thanks. Okay, bye. So that was
she
her.
Should probably be ready to never bring her kid here.
She said, she's like, oh, never. That's what I said.
Okay.
She said,
this is obviously going to make things not okay for the future.
There was a lot of very strange things that happened that led up to this. So the parent went up to the gate to try to get her child. Carla called the parent on the phone, and the parent said, I left and didn't come back. So they had intended to come.
Okay, this is a video of a daycare worker. She had 21 kids in her care. So when the parents went to go pick up the kids couldn't be found. She said that one of her co-workers took the kids to the park. So one of the parents called the police to investigate to see where the kids was. So when the police came to their house, they came and did a search to find the kids. What she did was she put up this wall space over a door to hide the door to the basement, and she was hiding 21 kids in her basement. But when the police got there, she told the police it wasn't no kids there. But they saw the backpack. So that's what y'all listen to right now. After this video, I'm gonna give y'all some key points about how to keep kids safe.
Their child here, but Carla called them and said basically to leave. Well, so interestingly, I'm really glad I just went back down there. I saw her standing out in the back, getting picked up by that Mustang because she doesn't want to get in this Jeep because she told me she doesn't drive a Jeep. She lied. So she's providing false and misleading information to us, which is enough for grounds for adverse licensing action. But that's not the concern at this point. Where are the children?
Yeah, if I drop my kid off somewhere, I expect them to continue to be at that place, not carted back and forth.
A moment later, a black Camaro is seen driving past the house. Despite the officer later identifying the car as a Mustang, it is actually a Camaro.
What's the plate? Can you read that far?
No.
I'm going to start walking around in case.
Now I'm wondering. Oh, so he didn't put up the back.
The official has seen Carla re-enter the property, and the officer immediately walks toward the back alley to try to intercept her.
Lincoln, Ocean 1. Hi, sir. Would you mind chatting with me for a second?
Sure.
Just step out and talk to me.
The man is Mark Spillane, who identifies himself as Carla's employee.
Did you come and pick her up just now?
Yeah, I just dropped her off.
Okay. Where are the kids?
I don't think she has any right now.
Salute, Mama Boo. Salute, Mama Boo.
You're supposed to have at least one, and I need to check on that kid.
I didn't know. Sorry.
Okay.
I just grabbed her real quick, went to the bank, came back.
When asked where he believes the children are, Mark gives the same address that the officer and the licensing official are already at.
At this point, you're not in any sort of trouble. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So, again, I appreciate you stopping to chat with me. Is she known to do some kinky things?
Not really.
Well, where the hell are these kids is my problem.
Okay.
It seems to be that there's been several reports and people are concerned that they dropped their kids off and they're not where they're supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
And if I was a parent, I'd be pretty upset about that too.
I'd say so. That
Yeah.
would upset me.
And so, I mean, obviously they're concerned about things like this where you have nothing to do with this. You're coming to pick her up because she asked you to. But
I dropped her off.
yeah,
That was it.
but if she's leaving kiddos by themselves, that's a problem. So we're gonna continue to investigate this. I would ask that you don't call her right now until we could talk to her in person. But
After speaking with Mark, the officer moves to the rear entrance of the property.
if I can have an extra set of hands over here, that'd be great. You could call me before you get here. I have another officer coming that's gonna come back here with you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go see what I can get done in the front side, but this is getting weirder and weirder.
It's bizarre.
Do you think she's more likely to cop back here or
Can you imagine someone hiding 21 kids in their house? Like, this shit is crazy. I don't know what's going on, what's in the water, what they drinking, what they smoking. But Lord have mercy. She's hiding people, children in her house. And it's a sad situation. Gotta be crazy people.
go
I
to the
think
front with your
something
partner?
is watching to see if they can either do something in the front or do something in the back.
Okay.
With the call coming in, Officer Landon takes the opportunity to chalk out an action plan with her partner.
I'm gonna go back to the front of the house. If you could go to the alley, it's on the north side. There's a lady back here in a gray shirt, black pants. She's with one of the licensing boards. She's keeping eyes on here, and there's one in the front too. But I hate leaving any of these ladies by themselves with all of this stuff. My partner's 5 minutes out.
Finally, a mother arrives, expecting to pick up her child.
She hasn't answered for us so far, so we'll see.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi. Hey, how are you? Good. I need to talk with you. I think you need to talk with Carla, maybe? Who are you? Not Carla. Who are you, though? I'm Chrissy. Chrissy? Yes. Okay. I need to talk to Carla as well. All right. Do you have some ID on you? I do. Carla's right over there, though. Sure. You want to come over here? What was your name? I'm sorry. Chrissy. Chrissy. Yes, ma'am. Do you work for the facility or? No, I don't work here. No. Okay. I'm a friend. Okay. Hey, how are you? I am super well. I was knocking on the front door forever. Why didn't you answer? I wasn't. Ringing on the intercom, calling. Our intercom is off? I don't know. Okay. Well, let's go check out where Carla is. How many kiddos do you guys have today?
The officer can see that her questions are being dodged, but now she knows there was at least one child on the property. She's one step closer to unraveling this bizarre mystery.
Hello. I'm Officer Langdon Isaac with CSPD. How are you, ma'am?
Good.
You're Carla?
I am.
So I'm kind of getting in on the end of all.
I know. And I'm sorry you're involved.
It seems like there's a whole lot going on. So
Go for it.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And
I don't know how to help you. You can ask me questions. I can answer them. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want some water or anything?
oh, no. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm good.
You take that.
So obviously we have some concerns about some kiddos' welfare. But we come and knock, nobody's answering. I hear music playing from the front.
Mhm.
You're hopping back fences. I don't know what's going on. So can you kind of give
I
me
just
some sort
didn't
of...
have my gate opener, but I came back to the property.
Okay.
Do you want to come in?
Well, I have to check that house and see if there's any other kiddos.
Sure.
If you're just being honest with me, if you have
Sure.
other kids, tell me you have other kids.
Sure. No worries.
Okay.
And you want to check that house?
Yeah, I would like to check both.
Carla's property has two houses, one where she runs the daycare center, and another that she seems to have rented out. As Officer Landon demands to search the second house, Carla and Chrissy try to contact the tenant for permission.
I don't know if the tenant is there or not, so we're trying to reach her, and that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So,
You understand I'm not licensing it, and I don't care anything about that. I just care if kids are okay.
I get
Fair
it.
enough.
Fair enough. Is the tenant in
They are
the
going.
property?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. So we're trying so that we can let you, we had a feeling this might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this all?
Mm-hmm.
This is a cute place.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
How many kids do you usually have?
It varies and I don't always have them. I don't know if she's on the way, but you're more than welcome. I'll leave this open
Okay.
and see if she's reachable.
Okay. That's the person who owns this house?
Mm-hmm. Well, I own the whole property, but they rent it.
Yeah, she's on her way.
Okay.
All right. All right. Yep. She should be here very soon.
Okay.
And who is this to you?
A friend.
Okay. Is she an employee as well?
No, just my friend.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
you were gone?
Yeah, I just ducked out to go have some lunch.
Okay. Is that normal?
For me to duck out and have lunch?
Yeah. I mean, is it, I don't know what, I guess for them it's not okay. It's not a crime. Again, I'm here for entirely different reasons than they are.
No worries. No worries.
I'm happy.
Now, the sad part about this, that this lady had these kids in her house. Every time the cop asks her a question, she find everything funny. She is hiding 21 kids in her house, and she lied to the police and said there was no kids in the house. But there are. She hid them.
By himself. That's what I was mostly worried about when
Yeah.
nobody was answering him.
No worries.
While everything might seem serene on the surface, they will soon find out that something unsettling is going on under the surface.
And once we can figure out that there's no other kiddos being in that house, and then we can be done.
Well, she let me just go in. Are any of the doors open or unlocked?
I'm not sure. I think that one is actually locked. But
They're locked. I don't. That's open.
93%. We're in the backyard.
Make yourself at home.
You don't mind if I just check around?
No. Don't
Okay.
worry about
Despite suspicions, the officer checks the entire property but finds nothing incriminating.
it. There's one here at the bar.
Is this a basement?
No, but you can open
Do you have a basement?
it. No.
Am I moving that fluff?
It's just one.
Oh, just up
Just blankets and stuff.
Do you mind if I move it? This is big.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, ton of backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
What backpacks are these?
We're taking them and getting them cleaned for the soccer team.
That doesn't sound very likely.
As the officer gets more confrontational, Carla begins to fumble.
So if I call these parents, where are they going to say their kids are right now?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to have you step aside. I'm just going to get some of that information off of there. Talk to my partner here for a sec. She's hiding those backpacks. Where are these kids? Where are they? Numbers on all these backpacks. Let's figure out. Kids.
The shower. In the shower, there's a big car. There she died.
Now they talking under their breath, so the police won't hear them talking. The kids are in the house, so these cops in there searching for the kids. She hid the kids in the basement, which she says she don't have a basement. But what she did was block off the door to the basement, so they thinking it's no basement because they don't see the door. So right now they searching to see if they can find a door to the basement.
Where are these kids?
Babies.
There's diaper bags. There's little backpacks. Try pulling them out of this. Where are these kids? She's being extremely. This was covered with this, and she was trying to sit on it.
Outside, the other officer collects information from Christina Swagger, or Chrissy, and Carla.
I have you switching over. Hey, ma'am. You know, walk back over here. I just want you to hang out in this area.
Do you want me to stay here with you?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I can. It doesn't matter to me. I have nothing to do.
While Officer Parker makes sure no one wanders off, Officer Landon tries to contact some of the parents from the information on the backpacks before resuming the house search. What she doesn't know yet is that there's information being shared behind her back.
Any other phone numbers?
Not in those two bags. Her daughter's the one that left out of here this morning. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 kids' backpacks.
She said she's having them cleaned for the soccer team.
While the situation continues to grow murkier inside, Officer Parker continues to supervise Carla and Chrissy.
After you make sure all the kids are we still staying here or what?
I don't know. I'm just here to
Like
back
you
up.
haven't found any kids. Like what is? I just need to know where things are going and what.
Sure, I don't know. I just got here. I haven't spoken with the other officer yet, so I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate answer because I have no idea. Ma'am,
Oh yeah, sorry.
can I have you step out here now?
Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
He wasn't here. I said, "What are you doing? It's here." No. These kids are here.
Is there a basement somewhere?
Like where? Yeah. It's playing down here. Maybe I can add some.
Let me see where. There's got to be a way to get down. I'm calling my sergeant. This is weird.
With more concerning evidence discovered, Officer Parker keeps his eye on Carla.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Ma'am, you can probably hold it.
Come with me. You can.
Follow me.
As Officer Parker guides Carla back from the bathroom, Officer Landon gives him a call to express her concerns.
Officer Parker.
So I have a really bad feeling about what's going on here. So I'm gonna call Sarge. Just keep them out there, please. Just you can keep them in that side building.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you both parties in the back.
Okay, well there's music coming from a weird place. And that she denied that any other kids were here. So she's changing her stories and weird stuff is going on.
As the officers inch closer to an unexpected revelation, Carla and Chrissy decide to talk. Whether or not anything they have to say is the truth is another matter entirely.
Why don't we just tell them that the kids are at the park?
She says all the kids at the park.
That's where they're at? Yes.
Sure.
Why don't you just put them over there? How many are there?
Okay.
I
Okay.
hear music
I
playing
can do that.
downstairs. How do you get downstairs?
Yeah, they're both clear.
There is no downstairs. There is. We can hear it. We can hear it through the vent. They're over on the front. There's what's downstairs. There's nothing downstairs. There's children in the basement. We don't know how to get in there.
Okay.
There's no access to a basement. There isn't a basement. You want to go over to the car? No, not yet.
Or just stay outside.
Upon realizing this was going far beyond what initially brought them to the scene, Officer Landon calls the sergeant.
I'm searching the house, and I can hear music coming from the basement, like children's music. I can't figure out how to get down there, but this is strange enough that it's got those little hairs rolling. I can't find an opening to a basement, but I can hear music coming from a vent into the basement. I've got Parker up back, keeping those ladies away from here, and I'm just trying to sort this out. Okay, thank you, sir.
Right, Sharon. I would have did that too. Me as a parent. Oh my God, I probably would have caught a case that day. I mean, she hiding kids in her basement, and she telling the police she don't have a basement. But one of the officers heard music. They heard music, children music. So now they heard the music coming out the vent. So if it's coming out the vent, 9 out of 10, it got to be another room. So she hid the door to the room. So now they looking through the house to try to find the kids.
Desperate to locate the children, Officer Parker doubles down on his questions, his patience wearing thin.
So how are we getting in the basement?
There is no basement. I am so sorry, but there's just not.
Okay. Where's the music coming from?
I don't know. I don't know. Have you heard music? I haven't heard any music.
I'm gonna put you in handcuffs if you stop following my instructions. Sit down and
Over there by the end of the water. I stood up. I'm sorry. Sorry.
yeah. The only reason I'm having you sit down is you seem very nervous. You're wandering around and not paying any attention to what I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
There's windows that go downstairs.
And she's saying to get to it under the deck. And we said, how? And she won't. There's blinds on the window.
Under the deck, and magically that music stopped. You said there's access under this deck?
Mm-hmm. Over on the side. That's if they left the opening.
On that side?
Mm-hmm.
Parker, just hang here for a second. Like through here and down, or how?
On the other side. I don't know.
So out and around. Okay. On the other side, from the front. Is this gate move? Carla, how do you get between the two? Let me just be frank with you. I don't care about licensing. I don't care. At all.
The kids are at the park. I've
And
told
why
them.
do I hear music coming from down?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
And you hide in the backpacks from me like a cat on a tin roof. Weird. You know?
Yeah.
All of this, it's a succession of events that is altogether not okay.
Mm-hmm.
If there's kids downstairs, we can deal with that, but you got to tell me how to get to them. I just want to lay eyes. So tell me how to get to the kids.
I don't know why you're hearing music, and I'm really sorry. If they want to see kids, they can go to the park. The kids are over there.
And that'll be our next step. We'll go look there.
Okay.
But why am I hearing music from down there?
I don't know.
And as soon as we mention that, you text somebody and it shuts off. That's weird.
No, I'm not doing.
Then she tried to be funny and said, if you want to see the kids, you can go to the park. And y'all know it's always kids at the park. Some kids gonna be at the park. But are these the kids that were supposed to be in the daycare? No. So she trying to distract them and send them on a wild goose chase when them officers know in their heart them kids is in their house.
I can show you.
Let's go stand over here.
Okay.
Hang on.
There's window outside
And that window down there.
Yeah, it's got blinds on it. You don't put blinds in the
Even if there is a crow.
More time has elapsed as Officer Landon continues to search doggedly for a way into the basement. Just then, Officer Parker notices something that sends a chill down his spine.
Hear that kid crying?
Yes. He
Oh,
is
okay.
really
Oh, I don't know where. Just from standing here. I heard
Yeah,
some
I
kid.
heard it.
Maybe from maybe behind me.
Right here.
You know who's up?
Nice to have a search warrant.
You know, at this point, we're looking for kids. We're concerned for the welfare of kids. And until we find those kids, we're here for accident circumstances. So if you want us out of here, tell us where that basement is. We heard a kid crying.
I just heard a kid crying like 6 seconds ago.
Salute, Pee Wee. Salute, Pee Wee.
Maybe 10 seconds ago.
Listen, this started small and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until you tell us where those kids are. How do we get to them?
They're at the park.
Then why are we hearing kids coming from your basement?
As Carla continues with the facade, Officer Landon returns to her frantic search of the house, but it's Officer Parker who's about to make the discovery they've been hoping for.
Hey, Isaac. Turns out there's a basement.
As they make their way into the hidden room that reeks of the smell of soiled diapers, officers are going to make an unbelievable discovery.
Who are you? Who are you and why are you hiding all this down here? Get up. Get up. Hi, babies. It's okay, guys. It's okay. You need to come here now. Both of you come here now. I don't know what's going on, but this is not okay. Do you have any weapons on you?
Can I put my shoes on?
I'm going to pat you for weapons. You need to go upstairs and talk to my partner. Ma'am. I'll find from Cindy. I know. About 20 kids down here.
I'm gonna ask y'all, do y'all think this is a mental health issue or is this just pure evil? For this woman to hide 21 kids in her basement and not return them to their parents. Then she lied to the police and said she didn't have no basement now that they found the kids. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this mental illness. Put a 2 if you think this pure evil.
In a revelation that stuns everyone, Officer Landon finds 25 very young children in the basement.
25. I thought it was 21.
Who are you? What is your deal with all this? Why are you hiding kids from us? No, I don't know. Kind of looks like it.
The woman Officer Landon is speaking with is Caitlin Nelson. More shocking details about her role will be revealed, But for now, Officer Landon lays it out to her that she is in trouble.
You're looking at an obstruction charge at the minimum. I don't know if this license no concern with this. So all I know is law enforcement officers are in the house. You heard me knocking before. You heard me on the phone. I know she text messaged you and told you to shut the kids up. So you're looking at obstruction. I know you're watching the kids now, so I'm not going to ask you to take the kids up. Okay. I need to list all these parents. I don't know all the parents. Just names and stuff like that. I don't know. How long have you worked? I've just been babysitting. I'm sorry, I've been told babysitting. For how long? For maybe a couple months. I'm gonna turn the light on. Let them come out of here. Ladies, have you been okay with these kids for a second?
Yes, we'll let them come out. How long have you guys been down here?
Not very long.
Like how long's not very long? Give me an estimate.
I don't. Okay, maybe. Okay. I'm not sure. Well, they were really so sticky, so.
While Katie claims they were hidden for maybe an hour, a later affidavit for Christina Chrissy Swager states that Carla told them to take all of the children inside to the basement earlier that day. While it's unclear how long the children were down there, it seems to have been longer than an hour. It appears that all of the kids had been dropped off like normal, and Carla and her staff panicked once the licensing officials arrived, followed by police. Officers now focus on reuniting the children with their families.
If you will help me get unhandcuffed, I will get all of these parents here to pick up these kids.
Okay, we can handcuff you, but if anything squirrely happens, it's
Nothing
not going to
squirrely.
be
Nothing squirrely. I promise. Can we take care of our babies?
We're going to get the parents on the way. I don't know that you guys can take care of babies because you hide them in the basement.
Well,
Stop moving around.
we can change their diapers. We can get them something to
There's
eat.
2 ladies here that are working. And
They
that's
don't-
what-
They don't know these ladies.
No, they don't
Look,
understand.
they-
They're all freaked out. They're
These
freaked
ladies,
out. Just start calling parents.
I'll stay right here.
Just start calling parents.
Can wait for the okay, just hear me out. I get it. Okay? I get how you feel about me. Just listen. These 3 ladies can take care of those little guys, and I can get their parents on the phone. I can sit right there and we can get them out the door to where they belong. Can we work as a team to do that?
But Officer Landon is not in the mood for negotiation and knows better than to give in to Carla's act.
Why are we here?
Yeah. How did we get to this point? That you're hiding kids in a basement and you're not being honest with me. If the kids had supervision and it's just that you have too many kids, that's not a crime. I don't care. But when you're preventing me from doing my job and you're creating physical obstacles for me to do my job,
And I did all of
that's
that.
when I care.
Okay, I did all of that and I'm guilty of all of that.
So just go. Just go. Katie, what? Stand up for me. Put your hands on your back, okay? What's your middle name? Yeah, but let's have that pocket, okay? No, my phone now.
Put it down right there.
Can come straight down?
No.
It turns out Caitlin Nelson has a long rap sheet. In fact, there was an active warrant against her at the time of this incident. As parents received calls to pick up their children, Carla has some news to share with them.
If you're unable to come quickly, don't worry. Just come when you can. They're closing the business down. So if you don't have to rush though.
Later interviews with parents highlight more horrific details about their children suffering from nightmares and not being able to sleep in the dark. Carla Marie Faith was found guilty of 26 counts of child abuse without injury, a felony count of attempting to influence a public servant, and another misdemeanor charge of obstructing a peace officer. She's been sentenced to 6 years in prison and is currently eligible for parole, with the hearing set for August 2025. Caitlin Nelson pled guilty to 26 counts of child without injury and 1 felony count of possession of controlled substances. Though she failed to show up for her court date, something she's done for several charges in the past, Caitlin was sentenced to 365 days in jail, with credit for 135 days of time served and 4 years of probation. The probation requires her to complete a substance evaluation and comply with the recommended treatment, monitored sobriety, complete a child evaluation with the recommended treatment, and do 200 hours of community service. Christina Chrissy Swager had lied to police earlier and was actually an employee at Carla's daycare center. She was convicted of 26 counts of child without injury, a felony count of attempting to influence a public servant, and a misdemeanor charge of obstructing a peace officer. She was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, with an additional 3 years of parole, which she is currently on. Valerie Fresquez, another employee at the daycare, pleaded guilty to 26 counts of child without injury and took a plea deal that required her to testify against her former colleagues. She received a 2-year deferred sentence in March 2021 that she completed in March 2023, allowing her to withdraw the guilty plea with all charges dismissed.
Now, wow. This is crazy. I mean, how in the hell, Sharon? I don't even know how in the hell she got to run the daycare, but she was running it out of her house. So I guess because she was running it out of her house, she didn't have the proper license or credentials or something, because when they came to pick up the kids, I mean, and what went down, she told them she ain't had the kids. So I don't know. I just don't understand how these people get these children. I don't even know how. I mean, with running a background. I remember back in the day, I know when I was working, before I got my job on the base, they did a background check to make sure I was good enough for the job. Nowadays, I don't think people making background checks. I don't think they checking these people to see, are they suitable for these type of, things. But we got to keep our kids safe. There's too many kids is missing. I came up with a summary, and I'm gonna read this to y'all. Every year, hundreds of thousands of children are reported missing in the U.S. alone. According to the FBI National Crime Information Center, over 300,000 missing child reports are filed annually. Many of these cases involve runaway, family abduction, strangers, kidnapping, human trafficking. Children go missing they vulnerable for exploitation. They exploit these kids. 1 in 6 in danger is a runaway. It's always the Black indigenous children of color, unrepresented. They don't get no media attention, no public attention. Half of the time, we don't even know when these kids go missing. These disparities can affect how quickly children are found and how much pressure is put on the law enforcement to act. Amber Alerts. Amber Alerts supposed to help to alert the public, the community, about a missing child. We know in Kimani Lateef case, it wasn't an Amber Alert. We know in Nazaria Hurst, it wasn't an Amber Alert. I don't understand why. They met the criteria. We need better tech borders. We need community awareness. Family live in uncertain trauma and despair while their children are missing. Emotional, financial, and mental strain can last for years, even a lifetime. My thing of prevention and action is educating your children, about the online risks. I think prevention is key. And then we need support. And then we need to advocate for our kids. And what can we do? We can share missing child alert online to our family, to our public. We can also support these programs that help with missing children. And we can demand policy change and media coverage for all the children that go missing. Because most time, like I said, they don't get the attention they need when they come up missing. You know, half of the time we don't hear about it until it's too late. We got to protect the children. We have to save the children because this is happening way too often, and it just breaks my heart when a child ends up missing. But in this case, that was pure evil. That was mental health and pure evil. You know, when a person dealing with mental health, of course they act out in a way that's not normally their normal self. But this right here, this is pure evil. To hide somebody's kids, not allowing the parents to come and get their kids, this is pure evil. You know, and it's sad that we got people out here, the devils is walking among us. You know, they walking among us. You know, we had devils in the school, we got devils in the police department, we got devils in church, we got devils everywhere, you know, and we just got to be aware and vigilant of the people we hang out with, you know, and who we allow our kids around. You know, me personally, I wouldn't allow nobody around my kids, even my family. Some of my family members couldn't even keep my kids. You know, I had to keep them safe. And I'm doing the same with my grandkids. You know, I'm protecting them with everything in me because I don't know what I'll do if something happened to mine. 9 out of 10, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. So I'm just saying, we have to protect our kids. We got to watch over our babies. We got to keep them safe because there's too much going on out here and it's crazy. It's truly crazy. And God knows. They always say it's going to get worse before it get better. But I'm saying, damn, how worse can it get? How much worse can we get? How much worse could it get? Or should I not ask that question? But we have to do something. We have to stand for something. We're going to fall for everything. So I just wanted to come across and give y'all that because it's some evil, like I said, some evil folks out here. She got pure evil in her heart to hide them kids from their family. And the kids been down there for so long, they haven't ate. The diaper wasn't changed. It's crazy. Sick, demonic people taking our kids. And I'm trying to say, what could she possibly do with 26 kids? What was the purpose? Don't make sense to me. So what's y'all thoughts about the case? What y'all think about it? Salute Cotain. And Sharon, she kept laughing because she knows she was guilty. Sometimes people have that nervous laugh, but I ain't find nothing funny about that case. None at all. I'm trying to read y'all comments, but I don't see nobody comment. Yeah, it was a lot of fishy stuff going on for her to hide them kids, like sad situation. Crazy situation. I just don't understand for the life of me. drug use, contrabands. She had charges. How she ever get a job at a daycare? Do they do they don't do background checks no more? They don't check and see who you are. So now they just hire anybody. Seemed like it to me. Crazy situation. And that was your experience, Sharon? Sad situation. And like I said, it's too many kids that's coming up missing day in, day out. I see more cases than normal on YouTube and in the news about these children either coming up unalive or missing. And I think because the predator prey on the kids because they are defensive, kids are so defensive. They can't fend for themselves, which is a bad situation. So I just wanted to show that to y'all and get y'all thoughts on it. See how y'all felt about it, because I know how I felt about it. But I'm not going to hold you too long. So I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Hopefully, I learned how to put my contents on the screen. I'm still learning how to do YouTube. It's still rather new to me. I'm still trying to figure out the ropes, the ins and the out, how to do this YouTube thing. But they say practice, you get better with practice. So time to time, I'm going to keep doing it till I can get it. The home daycare is relaxed overnight than the school. Yeah, it is in a way, but I don't know. I have some thoughts about that, Sharon. Especially, people doing stuff in their home. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't. When my kids was growing up, I didn't really trust to put my kids in daycare because at that time they wasn't talking. So I had to wait till my kids was old enough to talk. So if anything shall happen to them, then they could tell me. Thank you, Nola. Thank you, Nola. I'm gonna keep on doing it, girl. It's just I gotta get used to doing it and figuring it out and how to put the contents on the stream and all that kind of stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out, but hopefully I can get it sooner or later. I want to be successful at this because I know I can do it, but there's so much to this stuff, and I don't know, I guess once I get it, I can get it. But right now, I'm still trying to figure it out. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I don't get a lot of my subscribers over here, but please like the video. And I'm gonna keep trying till I get it, hopefully. I don't know. I'm doing my best and trying to bring good contents the best way I can. But all at the same time, I'm still learning the ropes of how YouTube works. So people just got to be patient with me. Whatever. Especially for the home daycare is far in between. Yeah, that's true too. But see, sometimes when they come out to inspect the daycare, Sharon, you got to remember, people can put on a good show. They can clean up real good and make it look like is nothing going on. But all in all, they hide secrets. Like I said, I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna say all daycare are bad because they not. I can't say they are, but I know in most cases, kids get abused at them daycares. They get overlooked at them daycares. They don't get taken care of the way they need to be taken care of, especially in them home daycares. Now, they supposed to keep a eye on them kids, especially if they're very, very young. Now, as far as like in a building or something, that's something totally different. But a daycare is a daycare, regardless. But that thing just blew me for her to just be hiding kids out in the daycare. And like the police said, if she didn't have the proper license, that was okay. She could have just, when they pulled up and she didn't have the proper license, she could have said, okay, my license ain't up to date, woo, woo, woo. But for her to hide them kids, now you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Was it worth it? No. But you did it anyway. And then you got your co-conspirators, the friend who was over there visiting, now they all going to jail. That's crazy. Make it make sense. I don't understand. It's just crazy. And Lord knows, I mean, like I said, my daughter just had a baby about 3 months ago. And we was having a conversation about her because she go back to work in May. But she got a daycare on her job where she work at. She work at the World Bank and they got a daycare so her baby can be there with her. So she can go check on her baby from time to time while she work. And I wouldn't have it no other way. Because I told her if she didn't put that baby in the daycare, she can draw over here and I will watch her because I'm retired. Wherever I go, she go. I watched my first 4 grandkids till they got up age to go to school. So it ain't a problem to me. I'd rather have my grandkids safe than sorry. Because like I said, if anything, God forbid, if anything happened to mine, I'm going to catch a case. It's just that simple. I'm going to catch a case. I ain't going to have no understanding. Because I don't think no child should have to endure somebody else's pain. How they can inflict pain on a young child. I think that's pure evil to me. It's not so where they have a mental disconnect where they don't know right from wrong. Even when you're going through your mental issues, or even when you're enduring mental pain, mental stress, mental whatever, you still know right from wrong. To me, that was pure evil. And that's a daggone shame. So I pray people will start getting their hearts right. You can't live in this world, in this day and time, with a messed up heart. Even though it's some people out here they are, but they're on the world of destruction. They ain't bringing no good to the community. They ain't bringing no good to themselves. They just being destructive because of their heart. Instead of them turning their heart over to God, and doing what he say, they want to do what they say, on free will. They want to do things the way they see fit. They want to take care of things the way they see, where they want to take care of it. And we already know, every time we try to do it our way, do our will, it don't work. We always fall on our face. because that's how it goes. So we got to have somebody over us that's powerful than us, that can put us on the right track to do the right thing. There's nothing wrong with doing the right thing. The right thing will get you further than you doing the wrong thing. And a lot of people need to stop doing the wrong thing. And I really think it was wrong of her to go hide 26 kids in her basement and then lie to the police and say she don't have a basement, she don't have no kids. And I'm glad them police officers didn't give up. I'm glad they kept searching until they found those kids. I'm glad they did their job. I'm glad they saved those kids. Because if they would have just said, okay, well, she said she ain't got no basement, she said ain't no kid, they could have very well walked away. But thank God they did their job. Thank God they saved them kids. Lord Jesus, thank you. Because I tell you, man, if we had more cops out here is able to do their job, a lot of kids can be saved. If a lot of CPS out here doing their job, a lot of kids can be saved. Kids they wasn't asked to be here. And me being the woman that I am, I don't care who kid it is. If I see a kid in distress, if I see a child being hurt, something is wrong, I'm going to intervene. I'm going to ask questions. Because you never know what a child may endure. And you might be just that person that can pull that child out of whatever harm that child might be in. My kids used to tell me, Mom, you always in some, you always doing this or you in somebody's business. Yes, I am, especially when it comes to the kids. Yes, when it comes to the kids, it's all about my business. It's my business. Because I'm not going to sit back and watch a child get harmed or get unalive when I can prevent it, when I can do something about it. I don't know about nobody else, but I will risk my life for a child real quick. Like I said, they defenseless. They can't help themselves, so it is what it is. And I'll be lucky enough to help them whenever I can. So I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hopefully my next live will be something more better or whatever the case is. Whatever I come across, I just go on what's laid on my heart. If God laid it on my heart, then I would do it. So I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed night. Sleep right, sleep tight. Until we meet again, be blessed. Salute, y'all. Salute. Good night, Sharon. Good night, No Another. Love you guys. Peace.